Have you ever wondered how the journey to the stars began for SpaceX? In the early days of the 21st century, a vision was born. It was the year 2002, and a man named Elon Musk dared to dream a dream that was larger than life. He sought to make space travel commonplace and to make humanity a multi-planetary species. With this audacious vision, SpaceX, or Space Exploration Technologies Corp., was conceived. Born out of a desire to reduce the astronomical costs of space transportation and to potentially colonize Mars, SpaceX was anything but a conventional startup. It was ambitious, audacious, and daring. Many questioned its feasibility, but Musk remained steadfast in his mission. The early years were challenging. SpaceX had to grapple with numerous technological obstacles and funding issues, all while trying to disrupt an industry dominated by government-run entities. But with every setback, the team at SpaceX learned, adapted, and persevered. They were fueled by a vision of the future where space travel was not just the domain of a privileged few, but a reality for many. Elon Musk's vision wasn't just about the colonization of Mars. It was about inspiring humanity to look beyond our own planet, to explore the cosmos, and to ensure the survival of our species. He once said, "I think it's important to have a future that is inspiring and appealing. There have to be reasons that you get up in the morning and you want to live." SpaceX was about providing that reason, that inspiration. It was about pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible and daring to venture into the unknown. It was about making the impossible possible. While the journey had just begun, SpaceX was ready to revolutionize space exploration. The dawn of SpaceX was not just the birth of a company, it was the birth of a new era in space travel. An era where the stars are not just points of light in the night sky, but destinations within our reach. It was a promise of a future where the final frontier is not so final after all. Whilst the journey had just begun, SpaceX was ready to revolutionize space exploration. In 2006, SpaceX experienced its first taste of the sky. This marked the beginning of a new era in space exploration, a time when the impossible became possible. It was the launch of the Falcon 1, a pivotal moment in the history of SpaceX, and indeed the world. The Falcon 1 was no ordinary spacecraft. It was the first privately funded liquid-fueled vehicle to reach orbit. This was a feat previously achieved only by nation-states. But SpaceX, an audacious private company led by the visionary Elon Musk, rewrote the rules. The Falcon 1, named in honor of the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars, was a beacon of hope for the future, a symbol of human ingenuity and resilience. It was a testament to our ability to dream, dare, and defy the odds. And so, with the launch of the Falcon 1, SpaceX had proven that private companies could indeed reach for the stars. In 2010, SpaceX introduced a beast of its own, the Dragon. This wasn't just any old dragon, though. This Dragon was a spacecraft, the first of its kind, a commercial vehicle designed to deliver cargo to the International Space Station. Imagine the awe and wonder of that moment. After years of development, the Dragon took its first breath of fire and launched into the heavens, its sights set on the International Space Station. This was a pivotal moment in the history of SpaceX, a moment that signaled a new era of commercial space travel. The Dragon was a game-changer. Before its launch, the International Space Station relied on government-operated spacecraft to deliver supplies. But with the Dragon, SpaceX proved that a private company could fill that role, and perhaps even more efficiently. It was a breathtaking sight, the Dragon soaring through the atmosphere, its engines burning bright against the dark expanse of space. But the real magic happened when it reached the International Space Station. The Dragon docked, the hatch opened, and the cargo was delivered. The Dragon was not just a cargo ship, though. It was a symbol of what was possible. It was a testament to human ingenuity and the power of innovation. The Dragon's success was not just a victory for SpaceX, it was a victory for all who dream of exploring the cosmos. It was a victory for the visionaries who believe that space is not just a frontier for governments and astronauts, but for all of humanity. The Dragon proved that space was not an unreachable dream, but a tangible reality. It was a beacon of hope, a sign that we could conquer the stars if we dared to dream big enough. It proved that the sky was not the limit, but rather the beginning of a new frontier. With the Dragon, SpaceX had not only reached the stars, they had begun to conquer them. And with each new launch, they continue to push the boundaries of what is possible, inspiring us to dream bigger, reach further, and explore deeper into the cosmos. In 2012, SpaceX showed the world that not only could they fly, they could also land. This was the year when the Grasshopper project took a significant leap forward. Named after the insect known for its impressive hops, the Grasshopper was an experimental rocket designed for vertical takeoff and landing. This was a game changer. Up until then, rockets were seen as disposable. They'd launch, do their job, and then be discarded, never to be used again. But SpaceX had a different vision. They saw a future where rockets could return to Earth, land safely, and be ready to fly again. And so, in late 2012, the Grasshopper made its first successful flight and landing. Rising 12 stories before returning to the launch pad, it was a sight to behold. This marked a significant milestone in the journey of SpaceX. SpaceX had proven that space exploration could be sustainable and reusable. In 2018, SpaceX took a giant leap not just for themselves but for mankind. That year marked a significant milestone in the annals of space exploration when SpaceX successfully launched the Falcon Heavy, the most powerful operational rocket in the world. The Falcon Heavy was not just another rocket, it was a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of progress. It was a beacon of hope, lighting the path to a future where interplanetary travel would no longer be confined to the realm of science fiction. The Falcon Heavy's maiden flight was a spectacle to behold. It roared into the sky, carrying with it the dreams and ambitions of a generation. The rocket's payload, a cherry-red Tesla Roadster with a Starman mannequin at the wheel, was a whimsical nod to our collective imagination and a poignant symbol of our aspirations for the cosmos. But what made the Falcon Heavy truly revolutionary was not just its power, but its potential for reusability. The rocket's side boosters, after propelling the vehicle into space, returned to Earth and landed upright, ready to be used again. This feat of engineering, a world first, marked a significant step towards making space travel more affordable and sustainable. The Falcon Heavy was more than a rocket. It was a symbol of our ability to dream big, to push the boundaries of what is possible. It was a testament to the fact that we, as a species, are not content with merely observing the stars, but are driven to reach them, to understand them, to make them a part of our story. With the Falcon Heavy, SpaceX had shown the world that they were not just reaching for the stars, they were ready to grasp them. This giant leap for SpaceX was, in essence, a giant leap for mankind, a step closer to a future where space is not a frontier, but a home, not a mystery, but a familiar friend. And as we stand on the precipice of this new era, we can only wonder and dream about what lies beyond the next horizon. In 2019, SpaceX introduced the world to the future of space travel. A moment so monumental it was as if time stood still. The world held its breath as SpaceX unveiled the Starship, a spacecraft designed not just for short trips to the International Space Station, but for much grander aspirations. It was a ship destined for Mars. This was no ordinary spacecraft. The Starship was a testament to human ingenuity and the audacity of imagination. It was a sleek stainless steel behemoth, towering at a staggering 160 feet tall, with a payload capacity of over 100 metric tons. Its design was futuristic, yet practical, blending the best of engineering and aesthetics. The Starship was more than just a physical entity. It represented a turning point in our quest to become a multi-planetary species. This was the vessel that was going to take us there, to the red soil of Mars, a planet that has captivated human curiosity for centuries. But the Starship was not merely a vessel for exploration. It was also a vehicle for human ambition. The spacecraft was designed to carry up to 100 passengers, a clear indication that SpaceX was thinking about more than just a handful of astronauts. They were envisioning a future where ordinary people could travel to Mars, a future where humanity could make its home on another planet. And of course, the Starship wasn't just about Mars. It was about making space travel more accessible and more efficient. It was about revolutionizing the way we travel in space, with its reusable design that could dramatically cut the cost of space travel. The introduction of the Starship was a bold statement from SpaceX. It was a declaration that they were not content with merely reaching for the stars. They were aiming for a specific star, a crimson one, and they were building the ship to get us there. With the Starship, SpaceX was no longer just dreaming of Mars. They were preparing for it. In 2020, SpaceX made history yet again. This time, the event was not just about a rocket or a spacecraft. It was about the brave men and women who dared to ride the Dragon into the great unknown. SpaceX launched its first manned flight, Crew Dragon Demo 2, a mission that would change the course of space travel forever. The Crew Dragon spacecraft, perched atop the mighty Falcon 9 rocket, carried two NASA astronauts, Robert Behnken and Douglas Hurley. It was a pivotal moment, marking the first time a commercial company had sent humans into space. The Crew Dragon was a marvel of engineering. With its sleek design and state-of-the-art technology, it was nothing short of a spaceship from the future. It was equipped with touchscreen control panels, a far cry from the sea of buttons and switches in the spacecraft of yesteryears. The astronauts, clad in custom-fitted SpaceX suits, looked more like interstellar travelers than the astronauts we're used to seeing. The mission wasn't just about getting astronauts into space, it was a demonstration of capabilities. It was a bold declaration that SpaceX was not just a company, but a force to be reckoned with in the realm of space exploration. The launch was a success, and the world watched with bated breath as Behnken and Hurley docked with the International Space Station, marking a new era of cooperation between commercial spaceflight and international space agencies. SpaceX's Crew Dragon missions haven't just been about reaching the stars, they've been about bringing us along for the ride. They've brought space travel into our living rooms, making us feel a part of the journey, a part of the dream. They've made us believe that perhaps, one day, we too could journey amongst the stars. With the Crew Dragon, SpaceX had not just reached the stars, they had brought us with them. So what does all of this mean for us and for the future of space exploration? We've journeyed through a decade and a half of SpaceX's history, and in that time we've unearthed 10 fascinating facts that paint a vivid picture of this pioneering company. Firstly, we learned of SpaceX's humble beginnings at the dawn of the 21st century, with Elon Musk's vision of making space travel more accessible. From a rented warehouse in California, SpaceX was born. Secondly, we delved into the Falcon 1, SpaceX's first ever rocket. Despite a rocky start, this small yet mighty spacecraft paved the way for the company's future successes. Thirdly, we discovered the Dragon spacecraft, the first ever commercial vehicle to dock with the International Space Station. A technological marvel, it breathed fire into the future of space travel. Fourthly, we explored the Grasshopper, SpaceX's experimental vehicle. Its vertical takeoff and landing demonstrated that rockets could be reused, a game changer for the industry. Then we celebrated SpaceX's giant leap, the moment they landed a rocket back on Earth. This was a monumental achievement that demonstrated the viability of reusable rockets, significantly reducing the cost of space travel. Next, we turned our gaze to the Starship, SpaceX's ambitious project to bring humans to Mars. This interplanetary vehicle is a testament to the company's unyielding ambition and relentless pursuit of innovation. Finally, we honored the brave crew of SpaceX's first manned mission. Their journey to the International Space Station marked a new era for space exploration, one where commercial companies play a key role. But what does all this mean for us? Each of these milestones represents a step towards a future where space travel is within everyone's reach. By making rockets reusable, SpaceX has drastically cut the cost of reaching space. Their Dragon spacecraft has opened up new possibilities for scientific research and international cooperation. And with the Starship, they've set their sights on the stars, promising a future where humans become a multiplanetary species. The significance of SpaceX's achievements cannot be overstated. They've revolutionized the industry, challenging the status quo and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. They've inspired a new generation of dreamers and doers, proving that with enough determination, even the sky isn't the limit. But perhaps most importantly, SpaceX has shown us that space is no longer the exclusive domain of government agencies. It's a frontier open to all, a place of boundless opportunity and endless wonder. And as we continue to push the boundaries of our knowledge and capabilities, we're not just spectators watching from Earth, we're active participants, journeying alongside SpaceX into the great unknown. As we look to the stars, we can thank SpaceX for not just showing us the way, but for taking us with them.